that happened under Franklin Delano Roosevelt and the institution of his New Deal program. Now, what people need to do is they need to start asking themselves simple questions like, okay, if this is the New Deal, then what was the old deal? What do you mean New Deal? Well, the deal is that you, the American people, would agree to be the surety for a debt, and the United States of America would go and borrow money from a Federal Reserve, which is a private bank, it's not a governmental entity, and we would agree to be sureties for any money they borrowed and spent under the guise of for the benefit of the American people. All the while giving money away to other countries and things of this nature. The Social Security number is the nexus that attaches you to the federal jurisdiction. A United States citizen is a federal citizen. It is not a state citizen. It's a federal citizenship. A United States citizen was created as a result of the 14th Amendment. The 14th Amendment came in as a result to give newly freed blacks a status in the country, because as a result of the Dred Scott decision, black people were not considered citizens of the country unless they had a state citizenship. And in the Dred Scott decision, of course, it was found that a black man did not possess a state citizenship, not a newly freed black man. So as a result of that, we had the war amendments, which are the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment. The 13th being that slavery nor involuntary servitude should not exist anywhere in the United States. And then the 14th Amendment, which gave a status to newly freed slaves and included them in citizenship with all the other countries. It's a federal citizenship. This federal citizenship, it's good, it has positive and negative aspects associated with it. The positive aspects is that you do get a citizenship and you do get to participate fully in the benefits that the country has to offer. The negative side of it is in the acceptance of those benefits, you lose rights, some very important rights at times, and you have to really think about and be able to weigh your options when you take into consideration the rights that you're losing. They have something called the Ashwander Rule. Now, the Ashwander Rule number 6 speaks about that if you are an acceptor of a benefit and a privilege of a statute, you cannot challenge the constitutionality of that statute. So you lose the power to challenge constitutionally when you are an acceptor of benefits and privileges. And then you wonder about people talking about their constitutional rights. Well, you've just been taken outside the framework of the Constitution and been placed in a territorial jurisdiction where the federal government possesses what is called plenary power. This is always as a result of Article 1, Section 8, Clause 3 of the Constitution, which is the Commerce Clause. They have a right to regulate commerce. So they've converted everything into a commercial item into the country. And this is what you have to have an eye to see and an ear to hear when you are studying all this information, that the federal government considers everything to be commercial and every matter to be commercial. They consider your marriage to be commercial, your children to be commercial items, your labor to be a commercial item. These are all commercial items in their eyes. Their Achilles heel, however, is the fact that within their commercial world, there isn't any money. When I say there isn't any money, I'm talking about constitutionally mandated gold and silver. That is not being utilized in this Federal Reserve system. As such, there isn't any money because that's the only thing that is money, and it's the only thing that has ever been money, called money of exchange, money of substance. We have today money of account. It is money off credit, money by fiat. It doesn't really exist in contemplation of reality. It is credit. It's a future event. It's a payback when you get around to paying me back. So when we understand that that is how everything works, then we can begin to understand a new avenue of attack when we can get a remedy in court or in other situations by addressing it commercially and by following the rules commercially.